So, got a Twosun. Doesn't feel very substantial. I'm not even sure, it might be a pen, but no. Okay. Yeah, very cool. I'm looking forward to this one. It's a little slip joint. I don't know the number. Maybe it's on the blade. Yeah, come on. I don't want to be messing around with a slip joint with a bunch of oil all over it. Wow, look at this milling. Black stonewash titanium. Whew, you know I love that. Love that stuff. Unique little slippy too. I mean, I think that's the detent, but it's got this nail nick here. Let's get it out. Ooh, stiff. Look at that blade. Kind of ominous. Wow. What a little dart. Yeah, no model number. All right, let me break off a model number. Okay, this is a TS164 and night morning design M390 steel. And I don't know if you've never like done any look into the slip joints that Twosun has, man, it's worth a look because they have a wonderful, huge collection of slip joints. Ooh, is this thing stiff? I'm kind of scared to function it. I'm going to end up putting my hand in the way of that blade, man. Come on. Nobody want to do that. Oh, man, is that stiff. So that clearly creates the drag. It's dragging on that part of the blade right there. Ooh, stiff. I mean, come on, man. Nobody want none of this going on. I am going to have to look into that. I'm not going to function this any mo like that. It's just way too dangerous. Trying to get it to break the detent to close it. Yeah, way too dangerous. I'm not doing that one more time. I am going to get in it. Ooh, that wasn't very tight. And trust me, I'm very cognizant that that is aimed right at my knuckles. All T8 hardware. And like several other Twosun slippies, got a pocket clip, which I appreciate. Very nice. Recessed deeply into that titanium scale. All right, let's see. I have no idea. Let me get a pry tool because I'm not happy moving my fingers around that blade because something tells me that it is extraordinarily sharp. Love these little auto body pry bars from Harbor Freight. I was in there not too long ago. They had another set. I think they were blue. Kind of same thing though. Very high, thick ABS plastic or whatever this is. Yeah, all of this is fit together really tightly. There we go. We're getting there. Ooh. It's even got a pin for a lanyard. How about that? Nice skeletonized scale, lightweight, and of course this lock bar. It's on brass washers, and that lock just runs. It's not a lock. The detent just runs along the top of that blade. See if I can't relieve some of this tension. I think if I take this screw out, that'll help me a bunch. Of course it doesn't want to come out. It's spinning in there. Yeah, the amount of tension that's on there is immense. Wow, man. I wonder if I can get that pivot out. I don't think so. It's got so much tension on it. What's my next move? I think I'm going to grab it with a towel and try to take the tension off that blade. Like so. Man alive. I wonder if it's just mine or if everybody's runs like this. See if I close it, if it will ease up. About to find out. I mean, that blade is right up on this. Wonder if I can grab that with pliers and pull that pin out. Doesn't help that this thing's like a little dart, a total razor, you know what I mean? Yeah, that ain't coming. Oh, I think it is coming. There it is. Yeah, just knocked the tension off of everything. Pulling that pin out. Good night. Whew. So the question that's going to remain is, how do I, I mean, I can polish this for sure, looking at it. And then I'm pretty sure looking at the back of this blade, the washers are the same size, so I don't have any concerns there. It has this stone wash on here, so I think I can polish that up too. So I'm going to do those two things, and then we'll try putting it back together and seeing if the thing functions any better. I mean, woo! Dangerous. I mean, I appreciate the detent that it's creating, but it's so heavy that it's making the knife dangerous. I mean, if it didn't have a sharp blade, I guess it'd be all right. But looking at it, I'm pretty sure that thing's wicked sharp. Maybe not. And then I don't think there's any way for me to take any tension out of that titanium backspacer. I mean, surely it's not because that titanium's riding on steel. I mean, I think if they're both polished, I mean, now it's just supposition at this point. I'm just guessing. It makes no sense. I mean, I'm going to do it either way. So, I mean, we're about to find out. I think I wiped this already once. Let's get the stop pin. A little lanyard pin. All right. Washers. We're going to polish these up too. Hit them on a belt real quick. Make sure they're functioning at a high level. I don't feel any burrs on them. Maybe. Oh yeah. Well, let's start with that. Let's get my little belt out. Where is it? Das belt. There it is. There we go. Yeah, that one side's got a burr. This side's good to go. I'm sure that polished up perfect. This side, I got that burr off of it, so it's running good now. Let's check this one. This side's good to go. Give it a little quick polish. This side's got a burr on it. Yeah, it's stuck instantly. It's stuck on the bench too. It's definitely got a burr on it. You gotta be a little more aggressive with it. There we go. Yep. All right. So that's good. I am going to polish this up on a functional belt. So I'll be right back. Okay. Well, I taped up the blade and I threw a bunch of polish down. Got that thing pretty good. And I got this stone wash that was back here. I snuffed that up a little bit. So, I mean, at this point, all I can do is put it back together and see what we got. So that's what we're going to do. Let me get this tape off here. I had to tape that blade up, man. I mean, typically I'll kind of run with it and trust myself to not cut myself. But yeah, I was like, no, I'm going to tape that blade, man, because that thing wants to cut me. It wanted to get me. I could tell. All right, let's see. Interesting process here now, right? So do I go back like so, create that pivot, and then I can pull that down onto the blade. I think let's put the blade on. Let's put the pivot in. I'm totally guessing here. Lots of guesswork. It's got a captured pivot pin, but there's nothing on the knife to capture it, so it's not actually captured. It's like a fake capture. Let's put a little bit of this down there. And then a little more there. And then let's get our blade on. Where was this pin? Oh, that's this one right here. Yeah, okay. Calm down, man. Let's get our other washer on there. Oh, come on, you goof. think I go for the center pin here. Should have left that tape on that blade. Maybe I'll go for this one. I got it. And then I think I'm going to break out my little hammer. I'm going to try to tap this one in. And of course it's not going. Yeah, it's not having it. So you would think there wasn't much tension here because this is not where it belongs. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, no way all that's going up in here. No way. So let's not get that in a jam. Maybe if I put it on the bench itself, a little stiffer backing. Yeah, nope. Just pulled right on out of there. So you would think that there's not a lot of tension here. I should be able to, yeah. I think I might have to take the blade off to get that on there properly. I mean, this feels like the least amount of tension on all of that there. Ugh, this is not fun. I mean, I want to pause the video, but I'm pretty sure you're as interested in seeing if I get it as I am in seeing if I get it. Not having a good time. There we go. Okay. Let's get this pin in. That pin's in now. And let's get this back one in. Yeah, see, all that went really well. So now, how do I get this tension. Whew. Not sure I have the answer for this. Up yours, buddy. Wow. Come on, man. I mean, man, I hope that polish helps, because you already know I do not want to take this knife apart again. Not for any reason. Careful. Okay. I mean, we're kind of hodgepodge together, but at this point, everything's in alignment, so I'm going to put it on lockdown and then worry about the rest of the alignment. Which might not have been a smart idea. I mean, there it went. I say there it went, but there it didn't go. There it goes. Okay, golly. Let's check action at this point. Because I say I don't want to take it apart, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna. Because, I mean, knife doesn't do me no good if it doesn't function. I mean, wow. Try a little lube in there. I mean, I don't think I'd be comfortable functioning this knife without some protection for my fingers. I mean, it's getting better. That I will pause for. I'll be right back. Okay, so let me tell you the trick here. The trick is pull these two, put this first with the blade open like this, and then you can flex this back here to get these two in the back. If you do that, it's simple, okay? So video's like super long, so I'm going to pause and get it back together. Okay, man, let's wrap this video up. So I have it to where it's functional, and I do believe that it will just get better with use. Obviously, with the washers, that's going to be a true statement. But I also think with this detent, this backspacer slash detent that's creating tension on this blade, I believe it gets better as I use it. So I can function the knife now, but it's still really stiff. But I feel like if I'm cautious, I can make this thing work. Really stiff action. I mean, I'd be curious to see if anybody else has one and was yours the same way, or do I have an unusually stiff version? I will say I don't remember hearing anything about that. So I mean, I don't know. They could all be that way or just this one. I do have some graphite that I might put here to help with that a little bit, maybe some graphite. But as you can see, I mean, I'm able to function the knife, and it is a slip joint. It's not like, like it's going to lock up and I don't ever have to worry about it smashing my fingers. So as far as action goes, I'm going to give it a D. Like, this is the worst action I think that I've rated on the channel. I had a shielded knife that had some really thin washers in it. I didn't like that action, but I think I gave it a C. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, this gets a D because it's below standards. It's below average. It's not good action. And there's no way to mask that. Even with all the tuning that I've done with this piece, I don't know how long this video is, but it's long. Probably well over 30 minutes. But even with all the work that I did off camera, I mean, I probably have an hour in this little thing. It's still not great. Now, with a bunch of use, could it get better? Yeah, I guess. But here's another thing that I'm noticing. The way that I have to grip it to do it loosens this pivot screw. And so I'm going to have to Loctite this pivot screw and set this knife aside and let that set up. Because the way that I have to pinch it, and then when I function it, it's turning this screw. So I've got that going on, which creates a ton of slop in this blade every time it comes loose. So I mean, there it's tight, but when I function it, it's going to loosen that screw up. So a D. I mean, like, if I couldn't get it open, it'd be an F, right? Like, I can get it open now and close it. I can't open it and close it, but it's really poor, so it gets a D. Not great. Ergonomics. So this thing in hand is wonderful. I mean, this grip right here is so comfortable, so awesome. And then you can choke up on it, which, in this position here, you may be able to, like, say that that's almost a confident grip, because in order for the blade to come down, this would have to get through my finger. Kind of the same here. I mean, if I bring that blade down, if I'm gripping here, it's going to catch my finger before that blade comes over to the top of my finger. You know what I mean? So, wonderful ergonomics here, though. Very comfortable in hand. I mean, honestly, you could even go this way, but in a slip joint, I mean, I most certainly wouldn't, because I would never trust that action to hold that blade shut if I was going to go this way with the knife. I mean, if that thing closed, ouch. Yeah, so ergonomics are good, though. I like it. Very comfortable in hand. It does have a pocket clip, so let's see what's up. I don't think it's got a chance on the thick stuff, but we'll try it. Yeah, it run. It came up a little short because it ran out of room. So standard jeans fits right in there. One hand in, one hand out. Pretty cool. I mean, it's nice to have a little slippy with a pocket clip. Safety, yeah, as long as the tip's recessed, and it is. So tip's good, the clip's good. Wonder if it's sharp. I mean, it looks crazy sharp. Let's find out. Yeah, it's ridiculously sharp. It's as sharp as it looks. Very thin, razor's edge. Price and availability. This is probably going to be the bummer, because I think this thing's bringing some money, and unfortunately the action on it just isn't going to live up to it. But let's see. Yeah, so at the time of this video, there are still live auctions for this piece going, and you can pick one of these up for around $50 if you're patient. Yeah, so I mean, M390, $50 for a little slippy, not bad. Now, I did see, looking at purchase history, I mean, there's people paying over $100 for this. And I mean, like, from when I first got it to now, it functions, right? Definitely stiff. And I mean, some would argue, why would you want a slip joint that's not stiff like that? You want it to be difficult to open and close. The more difficult it is, maybe the less hazardous it is to use. When I first got it, though, I couldn't close it. Like, it was stiff to the point of being dangerous, I think. Now, not so much. So, I mean, I'm going to upgrade myself already and say that it's C-level action. And, truthfully, I mean, give me a day with it, and maybe I'm up at a B level. Because, I'm talking myself into it, because having a stiff slip joint isn't bad. When I first got it, I couldn't operate the thing, and I felt like it was dangerous, like I was going to cut myself, which I didn't, I mean, so, yeah, there it is, man. I mean, golly, I know it's a long video. I may chop it up so that you don't have to watch the whole crazy thing. But anyways, I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me.